Ladies and gentlemen, it is pro wrestling's giant personality, the height of independent wrestling, Mr. Larger Than Life, big time Ethan Higher, and you're watching the Final Count podcast.
This is Mega Monzo, and you're Mega listening and Mega watching the Final Count podcast. Yeah!
Welcome to the Final Count Spotlight. Here's your host, Ryan Mosley.
Hello, everybody. It is the crop rockin', Nickelback poppin', curls for all the girls, the Terminator, Sam Beal, as seen on Impact Wrestling, and you are listening to the Final Count.
Hey everybody, Anthony Corelli here, formerly known as Santino Morella, and you are listening to The Final Count.
Hey, it's Eric Orris, voice of the Valley from OVW, and you're checking out The Final Count. Citizens, this is Super Z, and you're watching The Final Count.
And that is right. It is that time again. It is the Final Count Spotlight time, and I'm joined here on this episode of the Final Count with AIWF, that is Allied Independent Wrestling Federation's wrestling, and they have the promotion, the brand rather, let me say, is in 150 promotions. It's 150 promotions strong in 50 countries. Champions around the globe. There's 33 years in operation. They've been in operation for 33 years, again in 50 countries. And I'm joined by, on this episode of The Final Count, the executive director and co-owner of the AIWF, none other than Matt Classic Creed. How you doing, Matt?
Good. Great to be here. Hope you're doing well as well.
Doing well, and I'm glad that you're doing well as well, and glad to have you on and finally get this going here.
Yes, sir.
So, first of all, how's everything going with the promotion and everything?
Oh, man, I keep super busy. The AIWF is a huge alliance of promotions. Like you mentioned, over 150 promotions in 50 countries. We got champions being defended around the globe every day. And if you just saw our press release, we just promoted our president of AIWF Mexico today, Mr. Marcelo Robelas.
Yes, I saw that. That's pretty exciting, and just I love to see what AIWF is doing. And you know, I've been following you for a little bit now, and so I'm excited to see everything that you are doing. And I love to help out whenever you make a post on Facebook about like needing about a promotion needing someone. If someone needs a booking, I'm always like, hey, if I know someone, I'm willing to help them out and help you all out as well. And so I'm like, I love it. I love what AIWF.
Yeah. The whole point is just to work together. And I mean, you have to leave your legacy in wrestling. If you can help people, that's even better. And that's how I feel about it.
Exactly. So for anyone who may not know or has not heard of AIWF, can you explain what AIWF is?
Yes, AIWF Wrestling is the largest alliance in pro wrestling right now. We were established in 1992 as a regional promotion. We ran events in North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Virginia primarily. And then it expanded to its current form about 2008, and it's just taken off like a rocket ship since.
Awesome. So like started out small, but then just like begin to grow and grow and grow. That's amazing. Amazing how everything catches on too. Who are some notable names that you have under the AIWF brand?
I mean, we have a lot of notable names. We got a lot of great champions. Mustang Mike's our world champion right now. He's based out of Louisiana, and he's already defended that belt in 5 states, and he just won it the last week of February. But we've got a lot of legends in our Hall of Fame, guys like Buddy Landale, who's former AIWF world champion, Ricky Morton, another former AIWF world champion, Wahoo McDaniel, Uncle Ivan Koloff. He was our commissioner, and he wrestled for many years for us. And we're actually the first stop for China too, as well, back in the day.
Oh wow, I did not know that. That's awesome. So yeah, a lot of notable names right there. Buddy Landell and then Ivan Koloff. I mean, that's a lot of huge names right there. Um, if there are promoters out there who may be wondering how they can get their promotion a part of AIWF brand, how can they go about doing that?
It's easy. Just send a message to me, send a message to our Facebook, and we can talk. I mean, we do have a couple rules out there. We don't want our markets overcrowded, but we make it work, and you never know when we can help each other.
Definitely, exactly. For any talent out there, and this kind of goes with that last question. For any talent out there who may be wondering, do you have to be a part of or work for an AIWF promotion currently, or an AIWF branded show? How could they have the opportunity to work on an AIWF branded show?
Well, each of our promotions, they're independently ran. So, I mean, you have to talk to the booker or the owner of that show. The belts itself, we give anybody a shot as long as they sign the proper contracts and, as long as they don't suck.
Right. There you go. That's a great answer right there. As long as you don't suck, you got the opportunity. And I'd say also, like putting in the work, I'm sure,
Yeah, of course. I mean, you need to be, be up and coming or be recognizable in your region. I mean, you got to earn that shot at that belt. There's men all over the world after that belt. There's women all over the world after the women's champion, Miss Ava Brooks, by the way. She's a great talent. 18-year-old youngest women's champions we've ever had. Only 18 years old.
That's amazing. Like, and I'll talk to you. We're planning on getting Miss Ava on the show here for a future spotlight. So look forward to having Ava on. And when we get that all straightened out and planned out, what was the decision behind running AIWF as a sort of territory system? And in your mind, what is it that benefits operating as a territory system, and what sets the AIWF brand as a whole apart from?
Yeah, great question. Great question. The AIWF, it evolved. Like I said, originally we were running 4 states, and it kind of just evolved from there. And then, we liked what the NWA did back in the day. We like old school wrestling. We like new school wrestling. We like it all. And our thing was to respect the traditions of the past while evolving into the future. And then that's just what we've done here. And it just keeps doing that. And we have basically a territorial system. We want promotions at least an hour from each other. We got a lot of them that work together. We got a lot, that like run shows all the time. And like some of our most active shows are running 2-3 nights a week right now.
Yeah, I love the idea behind that, because it gives wrestlers like more of an opportunity. It's like, instead of like trying to find a promoter to get booked by, with being a part of the AIWF, you have that, if there's someone that needs a booking, someone that needs someone, like, hey, we're down the road, we need you, or we're a state away or a state or 2 away, we could use you, and you're part of this promotion.
Yeah, and a lot of guys on our network are using it to their advantage, and they're being booked across the country. I mean, like our champions, like I say, especially the champions, they're getting booked across the country. Like our tag champs were just in West Virginia. I think they're in Connecticut this week. No, excuse me, they're going to be in Canada this week in Montreal. We got a big show in Montreal, Pandemonium. We got the international champion Paulo Tarazzi defending the title. We got the TV champion Buzz Bloodsaw taking on Drew Onyx, and the Duke boys are defending their AIWF World Tag titles as well.
That is awesome. Getting out there. Can you talk about and I know you've touched on it, but can you talk about the expansion and growth of the AIWF over the past couple of years and recently even? Yeah, I mean,
it's just exploding out there. I mean, we've secured a lot of great partnerships out there. We got a lot of great promotions under our banner, and it's continued to grow. Like I said, we've established regional heads. Like in Europe, Chris Forbes is our president over there, and we actually merged with the UEWA, which was started by Alex Wright back in, I believe, 2001. And Australia's doing great down there. We got Australian national champion going on. It's just going great everywhere, really. Africa, I left out Africa. Mr. Uli Laskin, the president of AIWF Africa, and he's crowned a lot of great champions. We got an AIWF African champion, Heidi Kaora. He wrestles across the globe. He just flew to Bulgaria this week.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he's based in Mexico City, French national, trained by the world famous Antonio Inoki. So if that tells you anything.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. That says a lot. That's amazing. Like all the continents and everything and the countries that you are in and everything. That's amazing. Can you talk about just the international aspect of AIWF and like just what the different promotions have going on kind of right now?
Yeah, like I mentioned, in Montreal, they got 3 big title bouts at Pandemonium on Saturday. I know upcoming in Africa, they're crowning the first AIWF Africa lightweight champion. We got a guy from Cameroon taking on a guy from Nigeria in Yaoundé, Cameroon. It's a big stadium show, and that'll be great. Europe's been killing it. I mean, Australia's great. America's great. Mustang Mike, he's feuding right now with Gil Gracie. Gil Gracie, he just lied to the AIWF this past weekend, said he could not make his North American title defense in Louisiana for Gulf States Wrestling. And then he attacked Mustang Mike. And then, yeah, it was not good.
Dirty liars. That's not cool. And then you want to attack him. Man, he wants to go and attack.
But we just had an emergency meeting Sunday about that situation. And even though we haven't released the official press release, I'll give you the early scoop. Mustang Mike said no. He didn't want me to fine Gil Gracie. He didn't want me to suspend him. He didn't want me to take his title. He's going to take him on in the ring in an unsanctioned bout. And then that's going to be very interesting coming up at Cajun Heat, coming up in July in Morgan City, Louisiana.
Definitely. Fans definitely need to get out for that show and see that unsanctioned match right there. That's going to be, or unsanctioned fight, should I say. That's going to be a one to see. Can you talk about the kind of the history of the AIWF World's Women's Championship and then the World Championship as well?
Okay, let me start with the women's belt. I mean, the women's belt, our first champion was Mia Svensson. She's a great talent. She's retired right now. Our second champion was Leah DeTepia. She's the niece of the Barbarian. She was also in TNA.
Yes.
We have Maria Maniac. You saw her on the early like GCW and all that. She held the women's belt a while. Brittany Force held it a while. Melanie Cruz, she's a great female talent out of the Midwest. She was the champion. Like I said before, Miss Ava Brooks, who's our current champion, got it. Clara Carter had it. She's been on like the NWA, AEW tapings. She held it for about 2 years, so she was a very dominant champion. But Ava pulled the win on her, and that's what happens every day in the AIWF. You never know who's going to win, who's going to lose. So, but now let's get to the world title. Great history, great champions. Buddy Landale, Ricky Morton, Jimmy Love has the most title reigns with 6. He's affectionately known here down south as Tater Tot.
Tater Tots.
Yeah, because they say he looks like a giant tater tot. You can Google him if you want. But like I said, Mr. Lewis Moore held the belt. Lots of great guys. Golden Boy Greg Anthony just had a very long run with the world title. He had about 500 days combined in two title reigns, and he defended it, in like I think 20 states, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes, I mean it's been going good. What can I say?
Yeah, I didn't know that Lady Tapa had been a part of AIWF and
she was in our early career, trained by George South.
Yes.
And she's a strong woman. She wanted to give me a hug one time, and she lifted me up, and I'm not a small guy. I'm 6'4". I was 300 pounds. Now I'm about 250, and she just picked me up like I was a sack of potatoes. Let me tell you.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I got to see her work in Ohio Valley Wrestling, and so back when she was in TNA and everything, and so that's really awesome, right there.
A lot of our great Midwest talent have been working OVW tapings. JJ Lawson, Steven Storm, and plenty of them.
Yes, and Steven Storm I know because he's up in Supreme up there in Madison. And then JJ Lawson. I'm kind of new to him, but definitely familiar with Steven Storm. So, yes. Now, can you talk about where fans can go and watch AIWF AIWF shows and check out the video library.
Yeah, I mean, we got our AIWF network on YouTube. You can check out a lot of content. We just started our program. We're 15 episodes into AIWF across the globe, and it shows matches from all over. And it's actually airing on TV, like across the country, through One Sports, through Pack TV, and just a lot of outlets. As CUTV is, if people's ever heard of the California University of Pennsylvania, they actually put it on their university station, and people are loving it up there in Pittsburgh.
Oh, nice. So I think I saw a post where you was asking about getting it, like you wanting to get it into other
Yeah,
like
we're always looking for more streaming media, more over there TV networks and everything. So I mean, it's growing. My team, my partners at Gorilla Press Productions have did an amazing job, and they did great on these first 15 episodes, and I look forward to 100 more.
Definitely. What tag teams in AIWF affiliated promotions do you see have the potential to be the next biggest tag teams in wrestling?
I mean, the Duke boys have been doing good, trained by Paul Roma. You can't complain there. Custom Made's always a threat, even though Eric Draven's concentrating on his national title he currently has, the AIWF national belt. He just won that right outside St. Louis in Illinois about a month ago. And there's just a lot of great tag teams. There always is.
Yeah, Custom Made. That's one tag team that definitely people love to hate. I think too, but as far as talent, yeah, Custom Made.
Oh yeah, they defended those AIWF World Tag Team titles in roughly a year. They defended them 109 times.
Phew, oh my goodness, workhorse champions right there.
Yeah.
What are some promotions? Because I'm local to Louisville, Kentucky, so I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. So what are some promotions in the Kentucky area that are part of AIWF, the brand that fans can check out and that I should check out?
I mean, obviously Supreme that was mentioned there. They run every Saturday night. They've been doing great. UCW, Mr. Terry England, he's ran in Kentucky probably as long as I've been alive. So, and Terry does a great job. He always puts on a heck of an event. That's really about it in Kentucky right now. Yeah, things are always the big hot topic is, are they going to put athletic commission in Indiana? That's the big hot topic right now.
Yeah, I know we have one here in Kentucky, but I didn't know that there was talk about being in Indiana. I mean, I think it's good for some, but just, I ain't gonna go into what I'd like to go into, but I mean, it's good for what it is, and some states have it, some states don't.
But the athletic commissions are so wildly on their requirements, on their everything. Like certain states require different stuff, and some states they say they have a commission. And I've never seen a commissioner there. Virginia, for example. Yeah. I've been in Virginia, God knows how many times. I've never seen a commissioner in over 20 years of wrestling in the state of Virginia.
Yeah, I know the Kentucky one was so like strict back up to a couple of years back, like 2018, something like that, to where WWE would just not come here for TV, and they like relaxed the rules a bit, and now they come back all the time now.
Well, speaking of WWE, I heard they just signed I believe it was an $18 million deal with Miami, and they say they're going to bring a WrestleMania down there, and they're getting all this money for these premium live events. I heard for Vegas they got $5 million.
Oh my goodness!
And that's before they put on the event.
Wow. Man, I believe it though. I believe it. So with the amount of promotions and talent a part of AIWF, is it challenging to keep up with what promotion is where in the country and internationally, and then same thing?
It's a busy job. I'm not gonna lie, it's very busy. I probably deal with like 100 messages a day, but and I talk to guys from all over the world. Like just today, I talked to guys from Canada, I talked to guys in Europe, talked to guys in Mexico, plus around the United States. So that's just a daily thing, and I mean, someone has to do it. But I've kept it together, and things have been going real good. No major issues in quite a while. So I mean, I can't complain, I guess.
There you go. That's always good to be able to say. And it must be cool, too. Even though I'm sure it's going to get stressful at times, but it must be cool to be able to talk to all these people that around the globe, not just in the U.S. and everything. It must be pretty something to say right there.
I mean, yeah, it's rewarding. If it wasn't rewarding, I wouldn't do it. But and I wish it paid better. But I mean, I think everybody in wrestling can say that about the wrestling industry, unless you're have a major league contract. I mean, you're doing okay, but that's all you're doing okay.
Right, exactly. How is AIWF different and similar to the original NWA?
We don't have a board, number one. Yeah. I have some former NWA members in my ranks, and they talk about how those board meetings where I'm like, we don't got none of that. We got presidents of each territory, and then we deal with it from there. And it's a lot looser confederation, I'll say. I let people operate. Like Warren Buffett said. Warren Buffett one time said, "I don't buy companies unless I think they're going to be successful." And that's kind of how I feel about the promotions I deal with. I'm not getting involved in your day-to-day business. I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you do, and because your fans better than I do. And you have to have faith in your constituents. And I have faith in all the promotions in the AIWF and all of my team members on the operations side of AIWF.
Definitely. That's a great thing to be able to say too, right there. Just when you can trust people and just say, do what you do. Like you said, how your fans are. What your fans like, what they enjoy, and everything, and so how to run your show. And just as long as you're going to be successful with it, and put out great shows and great content and everything. Hey, I mean, keep it going.
Yeah, basically, as long as you're not embarrassing us, it's cool. Yeah. But thank God we got a lot of quality promotions, and I mean, I really think we have the best talent we've had in the whole entire run of the AIWF right now. We got the best talent, the best athletes. I mean, guys are getting WWE tryouts, AEW tryouts. Speaking of a guy that I think is the future, Mustafa Jordan, he's our shoot fighting champion. He's had 3 tryouts with AEW. He's defended the belt in Australia. He's defended the belt in America. He's defended the belt in Canada. I mean, come on now.
There you go. That seems like someone to look out for right there, and to keep your eye on. Speaking of, who are some names wrestling fans should look for in AIWF to potentially be the next big stars or names in wrestling?
I mean, if you're looking for young talent, like I said, Miss Ava Brooks, 18 years old. I mean, I'm guaranteeing you right now she's going to have a contract in the future.
Definitely.
The Duke boys, the tag champions, they're young, they're hungry, they travel. Like I said, they're going to Canada this weekend. They were just in Maine last weekend. They've been to the Carolinas. They've been to West Virginia. They've been Tennessee. They've been all over. And then they're, like I said, trained by Paul Roma. What can you say? Paul Roma's had two top guys, Richard Holiday and Brad Baylor and Swipe Right, which I heard Swipe Right are looking for those AIWF World Tag titles.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see what happens there. I don't have an official contract, but I heard they're lobbying for a match up there at Paradise Alley.
Swipe Right coming for the tag titles. Ooh. Gotta be on the lookout.
I think they're one of the hottest tag teams. Swipe Right, I love them. I love watching them on the WWE show on the Evolution. But they're entertaining.
That name too, by the way.
Oh yeah, the name and they got that swagger. I mean, if you've never seen them, they're guys you need to check out. They got that swagger, and the swagger is real.
Definitely. What are some things that fans can expect? In the next coming months in 2025 out of the AIWF, both, here nationally and internationally as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got that big Cajun Heat show down in Morgan City, Louisiana coming up. He usually has 1,000 to 1,500 people, and I heard he's already sold 200 tickets down there at Gulf States Wrestling. And it's 2 months away.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mexico's big. We're going to try to introduce some more titles down in Mexico, try to do some stuff. We are partnering with IWRG down there. They're probably, and I'll say it blatantly, they're probably the number 3 promotion in Mexico today behind AAA and CMLL. They're on TV every week in Mexico. And that's the home of our Latin American champion, Hijo de Dos Caros, who Dos Caras, famous Mexican lucha libre star, but his brother's Alberto Del Rio. So,
Oh wow,
yeah.
wow, that's pretty huge right there too.
And the Mr. Dos Caras, he was in WWE for about a year in developmental, but I mean, he's a talented guy. He's been a Latin American champion. He's been killing it down there.
That's awesome. I love that. He's someone to look out for, and especially he said he's been in WWE as well in developmental.
Yeah, he was in NXT for about a year. He's been to Japan. He's wrestles in America and Mexico regularly.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good talent. He's really a talented guy, and he doesn't mind shedding blood. He's fighting a group called how do I translate it in Spanish? It basically translates to the Extreme Pigs. They wear pig outfits and they beat you up and use plunder on you, as Dusty Rhodes would say.
There you go. How can fans, or where can fans find out more info and updates on everything with the AIWF?
Yeah, just check our Facebook, check our IG, check our X, formerly Twitter, just at AIWF Wrestling. I mean, all that's constantly updated.
And if I'm a fan out there and I'm like, AIWF, let me check this out. What would your biggest reason that I should check out, the promotions from AIWF? Look into the international promotions as well. Why should I, as a fan, check?
Yeah, I think you should check it out because I mean, it's an alternative. It's different from what you're seeing on TV, but it's similar enough as well, and it's fun. I encourage all the fans go out to live shows, pay that ticket price, and it's an experience. It's way better than anything you could see in the WWE, AEW, all that. Like independent wrestling is fun. It's cheaper. You can fill your belly up because all of them got good food. I mean, tell the fans that every other show I know has got good food too.
I can vouch for that too myself. And I love that you pointed out. Go spend your hard-earned money on the wrestling and see these men, these women.
And you're keeping it in your community as well because
yes.
I'm guaranteeing you all these local promotions, they live in these communities or they live close by.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody lives within probably 30 minutes to an hour of where they're running events.
Yes. And local partnerships and everything. And so, that's something we like to stress here is for fans to go out and spend your hard-earned money and pay that dollar, pay that, $15, however, and they're affordable too. That's another thing. They're affordable. The independent shows are affordable. They bring in talent, all that stuff. So go out and support the wrestling in your area, wherever you're at, in your local area, go support indie wrestling, and AIWF specifically.
And that's another thing about AIWF. I'll say we have connections with any promotion would need, like from rings to belt makers to I got guys to print photos, edit photos, graphics, everything you need. I can probably get it for you, and that's advantageous for any promotion.
There you go. So I mean, you got the hookup right here, Matt Classic Creed. Any upcoming AIWF branded shows you would like to promote?
I would say like the biggest show is Pandemonium up there in Montreal this coming weekend. Like I said, you got the international champion Paulo Tarazzi defending. You got the tag team champions, the Duke Boys, coming up, and you got Drew Onyx and Buzz Bloodsaw in a strap match for the AIWF World Television title. They just had a match here in North Carolina in March, and Drew he cut up Buzz with a fork, and because it's going to be violent. I'm telling you.
Strap match. That's going to be a really, really good match to see right there. And definitely encourage all the fans to, if you're in the area or within traveling distance, doesn't hurt to travel either. So get out to the show as well. And you said
hit up the Google, check everybody out because everybody wants views. Views is what does everything these days. So like hit them up. Like I said, we have like 22,000 followers on Facebook, so I think that proves our concept.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep growing, and we want you to have content that you as a fan enjoy. And if you don't enjoy us, let us know because I mean it's all about discussion too. It's about being part of a community. All wrestling fans are part of this wrestling community.
I love that, and community, family, whatever you want to call it. I love that. That's what AIWF is about. And putting out that great content, and even like hearing from the fans what they like, what they don't like, all that type of stuff. I love that. And so with that being said, Matt, I'd love to thank you for again coming on the show, and you're welcome to come back anytime, sir.
Sounds great, boss. I appreciate it. I had a great time, and fans, check us out. Like I said, check out all those socials at AIWF Wrestling. It's easy. You got Google. Type in AIWF Wrestling. It's that easy.
Yes, sir. And we will also be posting the social media and all that stuff in the comments on our YouTube and post it on Facebook as well when the show premieres. And so, fans, thank you for tuning in on this episode of the Final Count Spotlight with my guest here, Matt Classic Creed of the AIWF. And with that being said, we will see you down the road.